Okay, welcome you all to the first poem of your semester, that is Once Upon a Time. Have I given you the introduction of the author and the poem in the last class? Yes? May I get the answer? Be quick, be loud. It is raining very heavily here, and once if I get switched off with the connectivity, then it will be a big problem for us. You can write into the chat box if you don't want to speak. I'm asking you, do you remember our last class? No. Okay. Mute yourself. So, Once Upon a Time by Gabriel Okara. This is the poem that I'm going to tell today. Let us have the introduction of the author. Gabriel Okara, a Nigerian poet and the first modernist poet of Anglophone Africa. He was a descendant of the noble family of Ijwa ethnic group. Okay, Ijwa is a tribal community group. Okay, so from Nigeria, and he was the son of a businessman. He is best known for his experimental novel, and he is greatly known for his novels like The Voice. And he published his poetry in The Fisherman's Invocation and Dreamer, His Vision. So he is the poet that is Gabriel Okara. So let's see the what is that bit hinge of the poem. Once Upon a Time is written by Gabriel Okara, and it is at the backdrop of the Nigerian independence from Britain. Okay, after the independence of Nigeria from the British rule, poet Gabriel Okara wrote the poem Once Upon a Time. The poet seems to be shocked by the change of lifestyle, values, morals, and the total change in the world, view in the new independent country. He seems to be mourning for the passing away of life. It is beautiful poem on the themes of childhood experience, hypocrisy, loss of innocence, and appearance versus reality. So what happens here, as I have told you that uh, soon after the independence, Nigerian people, they were much acquainted with the Western culture, okay, or the Western lifestyle. Okay, so the initial lifestyle of being very humble and moral, idealistic towards everybody, it was of no words. Fine. It is irony that the person is behaving in the exact way what he or she is despises. There is an implication that things cannot go back to what he remembers due to the influence of social expectations. See, expect that he would like to be in past, or he would like to be very small as he was earlier, because things were very nice, okay, very humble to each other. So now the things are there is a drastic change in the things and the culture that the person is behaving. So he doesn't like the culture of the present scenario. So he says that I would like to go back to the past and get back the same culture to the nation, but it is not possible. Why? Because he can't go back and get it back. So here a parent is talking to his or her son and telling him how things used to be. The poem focuses on father's attitude to culture affected the native African way of life. Just a second. So the poem is carrying six stanzas. Each of the stanzas are detecting and dictating clearly about the loss of the nation's pride and the culture of the present years. So here the first stanza carries. Let me read the stanza first. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes. But now only they laugh with their teeth. With their eyes block cold eyes, search behind my shadow. Here the poet says that the speaker is glorifying the good wills or the good things of the good old days. To his son, he is glorifying the good things or the goodwill of the good old days. But The things today are not the same how it was in the earlier. People laughed wholeheartedly. They showered love on each other from the bottom of their hearts. They talked to each other with the open hearts. But now, today, people laugh only with their teeth. There are no feelings in their hearts. There is no love on each other's. Everything is artificial. Their eyes block cold eyes means eyes filled with artificial emotions. When you go to the house of somebody, okay, if you are not an invited guest, and you can easily recognize the way they invite through their eyes, okay, because the eyes, the facial expression, the expression which are given by their eyes, that are enough to get to know how much they are welcoming us, how much they are happy by our appearance or our presence there. Okay, so here their eyes block cold eyes means eyes filled with artificial emotions search behind my shadow. People search for shadow. They don't want to deal with the reality or with the real person. They avoid face to face interaction because there is no true emotions or feelings they have when they speak with each other. Okay, so they always want to hide themselves. They don't want the exact face to face interaction, so they search behind their shadow. The next stanza: there was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts, okay? But that's gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pocket. So here he says, the poet is saying that how and what kind of experience that he is facing by the today's generation, okay? Speaker shares with and close feelings, but that's gone, son. People are now selfish. They speak with others, or they shake hands, or they only if they are rich. When they shake hands, their left hands search for empty pockets. This means speaker has been stripped off. Stripped off means separate or removed from something or somebody. Okay, the speaker has been stripped of the present generation people. Okay, the people have removed the real happiness, genuine love from their hearts. So when they say that, they shake their hands only with the person who carries a very hefty pockets are filled with money. Okay, so he doesn't want to, he says that those people are stripped off because they have stripped off means they have removed happiness, genuine love from their hearts. In the third stanza, he says that how he has been treated by the others when he visit one's home for more than twice. Okay, feel at home. Okay, come again, they say. He's telling his son that feel at home, come again, they say. But when I visit, okay, and uh, and when I come again and I feel at home once, twice, there will be no thrice, son, for then I find the doors shut on me. At home, okay, is an idiom which means comfortable and relaxed. Feel at home means be comfortable and be relaxed. They ask us to consider it as their own home. Okay, they invite to visit home or house for many a times. And doors are open for initial two visits, but there is no thrice. Since initially when we visit for twice, they are welcoming us. But when we visit for the thrice, for then we find doors are shut on us. Okay, doors are closed by them. Okay, this speaks that they avoid, okay, our presence. They speak politely or gently as a formality, okay, as a purpose of formality, to present themselves that they are gentle and formal. They invite us, but they avoid our presence at their home indeed. And the fourth stanza: so I have learned many things, son. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses: home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their conforming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. Okay, poet says he has learned to wear many faces, means he learned to behave according to the situation. Like how we wear suitable dresses according to the situation. For example, on some function, we wear grand dresses, and for office or to college, we wear casual. In the same way, he is making suitable changes in the behavior according to the situation. At home, he is a little close with everyone. He has a different way of behavior when he is at home. At office, at office, he is a reserved person. He speaks only when it is necessary to speak. He wears a street face. On street, he has to fake his own behavior. He wears a host face. He welcomes and makes to believe that the owner of the house is treating guests with a great sense of compassion. But he never liked their presence or visit indeed. Okay, and he also wears a cocktail face. Cocktail face means it is a mixture of many emotions or feelings. So when he wears a cocktail face, he must welcome or be very formal with everyone, whether you like or he likes it or not them. See, I will give you a very small, example. When you attend a cocktail party, okay, or a pub party, so there is a cocktail parties. So in the cocktail party, whether you like the soft drinks or the hot drinks, that doesn't matter. If you enter into the party, it is very regular and necessary to have a drinks from you. Okay, so in the same way, when guest comes to our house, whether you like them or not, it's not a matter. But you have to treat them with a great compassionate. That is necessary. So he says that initially, if I don't like them, if I I don't like them at all, but I am forced to treat them with compassionate. So here I am, misbehaving with my initial self. Okay, I'm faking myself here. He said that we should have a conforming, means to behave or think in the same way. We should have a conforming smiling faces, like a fixed portrait smile. Smile in the portrait never changes. Portrait means the picture, the wall paintings. Okay, the smile of Mona Lisa. Okay, so it never changes at all. So in the same way, we should have a fixed smile on our face, and the way speaker has learned to have fixed smile without any feelings or joy. Okay, and the next stanza, fifth stanza. And I have learned to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it's been nice talking to you after being bored. So, poet painfully sharing how he also has changed and adapted with the modern culture. He says he laughs with his teeth and shakes hands without his heart. This illustrates poet shakes hands with all without any emotions and feelings. Poet says instead of saying good riddance, okay, good riddance means you are not happy with the progress. For example, if I ask you how is the class, okay, if you feel that the class is not at all good, the class is worst, but on such incident or on such occasion, you are forced to say that the class is good. So instead of telling the truth, you have hiding something which is true. Okay, so that is good riddance. So he says that instead of saying good riddance, he is saying goodbye. Okay, he says goodbye. He says glad to meet you and it's nice talking to you. Though he is bored and annoyed with their talks, though he is bored and annoyed with their talks, but still he says that he is nice to me, he is glad to meet you and nice talking to you. And he says that at the second last stanza, but believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh, for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. The poet is ashamed for his behavior. He would like to be what he was in the earlier ages. He was as innocent as his son. He says he wants to unlearn or deliberately forget being artificial in nature. He wants to relearn how to laugh. Because when he laughs, he can see only his teeth, not a smile filled with innocent feelings. This annoys him very much. He smiles without any emotions or feelings. And when he smiles without any emotions and feelings, in the mirror, that smile seems him to be like a poison, like a snake's poison. In the last stanza, he says that, so show me, son, how to laugh, show me how I used to laugh to okay, and smile. Once upon a time when I was like you. He says that in the last stanza, the poet expresses to get back or regain the lost innocence, sincerity in love, and purity in emotions. He asks his son to show how to laugh and smile once upon a time when he was small like his son. He used to laugh like his own son, so he is asking his son to show it or teach it once again. So in the last stanza, he regrets that he has lost everything. The nation, he means the whole nation, okay? The whole nation has lost every culture. So he says that he's asking his son, I would like to go back to the past memories and I want to relearn all the things how I used to laugh, okay? I used to cheer up myself with the innocence and sincerity in love, purity in emotions, etc. Okay? See, there was a famous poet called William Wordsworth in the Romantic generation or the age of English literature. He says that ma- child is the father of the man. Okay? See, how come a child becomes the father of the man? Child is the father of the man. It means that child's lifestyle or the life culture is filled with emotions, okay, and the innocence lifestyle. So here, whatever the child does, it even it smiles or it dances, whatever it does, it is filled with innocence feelings, okay, and there is a kind of a love by everyone. So why it happens? Because we love the innocence things and the lifestyle or the activities of the child. So here once again the poet wants to